In the West, if you're caught sleeping on the job, you'll likely get fired on the spot. It's seen as laziness, a failure of discipline. But in Japan, it can mean the exact opposite. There is a practice called Inemuri. To colleagues in Tokyo, this is not slacking off. It is a badge of honor. It signals that you have worked so hard for so long that your body has finally surrendered, yet you still refuse to leave your responsibilities. Statistics show that the average Japanese worker sleeps only 6 hours and 18 minutes per night, one of the lowest averages in the developed world, yet they maintain some of the highest levels of functional focus. How? Through a refined practice of presence-driven micro-napping. Today we're breaking down how to master this art of presence to survive and even perform on just 4 hours of sleep. Because this isn't just a nap, it's a tactical reset of your nervous system. Chapter 1. The Biology of Social Sleep. To understand Inemuri, you first need to understand the Japanese concept of Zanshin, the remaining mind. In the West, sleep is usually viewed as an on-off switch. You are either awake or completely unconscious. But Japanese culture often treats sleep as a spectrum. The word Inemuri literally means being present while sleeping. Here's the science behind it. When you lie down in a dark room, your brain moves quickly towards stage 3 deep sleep. During this stage, the body processes adenosine, the chemical that builds up throughout the day and makes you feel tired. If you wake up in the middle of this process, you experience sleep inertia, that heavy grogginess that can make your brain feel foggy for hours. Some research suggests this grogginess can temporarily reduce cognitive performance for several hours after waking. Inemuri avoids this problem because you remain in a social environment, upright and partially aware. Your brain stays in stage 1 or stage 2 sleep. You receive the refresh of a short rest without falling deep enough to trigger the heavy grogginess afterward. But there is a catch. If you do this wrong, you can wake up even more tired than before. There is a specific posture you must master first. Chapter 2. The Physical Protocol. The first rule of Inemuri is simple. Never go horizontal. The moment your head touches a pillow, the social contract of Inemuri is broken. At that point, you are no longer present while sleeping. You are simply sleeping. Instead, the practice relies on a very specific upright posture. First, the Zazen spine. Sit upright with your back straight. This posture keeps your diaphragm open and allows steady oxygen flow to the brain. Second, the social anchor. Keep your feet flat on the ground. This grounds your body and keeps part of your nervous system connected to your surroundings. Third, the hand lock. Fold your hands gently in your lap. Why does this matter? Because of something called muscle atonia. When the body falls into deeper sleep, muscles begin to relax completely. If you are seated upright, the moment you begin drifting too deeply into sleep, your head may tilt or your hands may shift. This small movement acts as a natural biological alarm, bringing you back into light sleep. It keeps you right in the optimal zone of micro-rest. But posture alone is not enough. Timing is everything. Chapter 3. The 4-hour splitting strategy. Trying to survive on 4 hours of sleep in one single block is usually a recipe for burnout. Instead, the strategy relies on splitting rest into strategic intervals. The goal is to reach about 240 minutes of total recovery time across the day. First comes the core night block. This is roughly 3 hours of sleep, ideally between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. This window allows the body to complete 2 full 90-minute sleep cycles, which are important for physical repair. Then come the Inemuri bridges, 2 short daytime resets of about 20 minutes each. The first bridge is best taken during the natural circadian dip, usually between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. when alertness naturally declines. Research has shown that short midday naps can significantly improve alertness and mood. But there is another important detail. Do not completely isolate yourself from sound. In Japan, the background noise of an office or train becomes a form of natural white noise. This idea relates to a concept called ma, the meaningful space between moments. By allowing the world to remain faintly present around you, your brain stays socially aware, and that makes it much easier to return instantly to focus when needed. Chapter 4. The sharp wake and the matcha method. Ending an Inemuri session requires a decisive transition. In Japanese philosophy, this is sometimes described as kiri, the act of making a clean cut. You do not slowly drift back into work. You wake up instantly. One modern technique used by professionals in Japan involves matcha. Matcha contains both caffeine and L-theanine. Caffeine blocks the effects of adenosine, helping reduce feelings of tiredness. L-theanine promotes alpha brainwaves, which are associated with calm, focused alertness. The trick is simple. Drink a small cup of matcha right before your 20-minute reset. Caffeine takes roughly 20 minutes to begin affecting the brain. So just as your micro nap ends, the caffeine activates, acting almost like a built-in alarm clock for your mind. After waking, a short stretch or light movement can help fully reset the body. Conclusion: the spirit of Gaman. At its core, Inemuri reflects a deeper Japanese principle known as Gaman. Gaman is the idea of enduring hardship with patience and dignity. Inemuri is not about laziness, it is about resilience, it is about remaining present even when you are tired. When practiced correctly, it is not simply about sleeping less, it is about becoming more intentional with how you manage your energy, learning to find small spaces of recovery within the rhythm of a demanding day. The quiet pause between moments, the ma inside the chaos. If you feel exhausted, do not quit. Instead, experiment with the Inemuri split for a couple of days and observe how your body responds. You may discover a new kind of clarity when you wake. And if you want to explore more Japanese principles that improve focus, discipline, and performance, consider subscribing and staying connected. Stay disciplined, stay present.